In this video, I'm going to show you how to add Google Analytics to your website in 3 different methods. One is going to be directly on your website. The other one is going to be through a plugin. And the third one is going to be via Google Tag Manager. Let's go to Google Analytics. You're going to hit sign in to Analytics up here. Once you're logged in, you're going to go into your admins tab. In this case, I'm already here. I already have an account, so yours is going to be a little bit different. But if you already have an account, this is the way to create a new one. You hit create, go to account. In this case, I'm just going to name it SPM test, and then hit next. I call it the same thing. That way I can identify it later. You put your reporting time zone, in this case, in Pacific time, so Los Angeles is fine. Currency, US dollar. Business details. You select your industry category. In this case, I'm just going to do business. And then you can pick business, right? You can put whatever you want. But if you do want category related data, I recommend that you just pick the right category for you. And then you choose your business objective. So in this case, Google Analytics 4 now adjust the way Google Analytics looks based on what you select here. So in this case, I'm just going to do leads. Hit create. Accept the terms and conditions. Here is where you're going to choose what do you want. Do you want web, Android app, iOS app? In this case, I'm going to choose web. I'm going to go to my website. This is a dummy URL. Paste it in here. You got to delete the HTTPS just because they already add that to you. You're going to name it whatever you like. And then enhance measurements. I always select pretty much all of them. I started on selecting form interactions because form interactions gives you false positives. A lot of times how Google Analytics fires is if you press the submit button, it'll register a conversion and it could throw your numbers off. I do have another tutorial on how to set up tracking for forms, and I'll make several more on a variety of WordPress form plugins. But for now, I'm going to leave that off. You can choose to turn it on or off, up to you. Hit save, create and continue. Now I have the option to set up my Google tag. The first method I'm going to show you on how to install the Google Analytics code is going to be via Google Tag Manager. So with our installation instructions, can close that out. We go to Google Tag Manager. We go to variables. We select new variable. Collect variable configuration. We're going to add a constant. This you don't have to do, but because you're going to use this Google tag many times if you're going to create events for phone calls, forms, clicks, etc. Highly recommend you implement it this way. If not, you're going to have to constantly copy that Google code and it'll become a pain in the future. So we're going to go and copy our measurement ID. If you did not see this measurement ID up here, you could also view it in tag instructions, and within the tag instructions, you have that code right here. So we're going to paste that value. I'm going to call this GA4 ID And then I like to say which one in case I have a variety of GA4 IDs. I save it. Now I'm going to create a tag. I'm going to hit new. I'm going to go to tag configuration. I'm going to select Google Analytics. I'm going to select Google tag. This is where I can paste my tag ID. In this case, you see the constant that I built. If you opt out of doing it the first way I showed you, you would just copy your measurement ID and paste it here. So these are both methods that you could pick. In this case, I'm going to go back and add that. For triggering, you're going to say initialization all pages. And then you're going to just say GA4 main tag. And then I like, again, to add my tag configuration ID just so I know which one it is. I click save. I hit preview. In this case, I'm going to add my website. I'm going to hit connect. You can see Tag Assistant is connected on the bottom right-hand corner. Hit continue. You can see that my tag fired here, and it contains my tag ID. You would then hit submit, and then hit publish, add a name. To me, this is important because you're going to keep adding different tags and you want to know what you did each time you publish. This way, if there's an error, you can always revert back. You hit continue and you're done. Now you publish your Google Analytics tag and you can start measuring all your data within GA4. The second method I'm going to show you how to install Google Analytics 4 is through a WordPress plugin named Fluent Snippets. The reason I picked Fluent Snippets is because how it's designed. Your traditional snippet plugins, which there's a lot on WordPress, usually runs this pattern. You have your JavaScript PHP runs into a database table, then every time you need code executed, then you have to call the data in that table and then it executes it. Versus how Fluent Snippet works is you have your JavaScript code, it gets stored in your index with flat files, and then your code is executed, which makes it much faster and more secure than your traditional snippet WordPress plugins. So I actually recommend this to all my clients to install. So in this case, we are going to go to the back end of our website. We are going to select plugins. We are going to say add new plugin. We're going to do search plugins. We are going to type in Fluent Snippets. We will hit install now. We will hit activate. Now that the plugin is activated, we will go to Fluent Snippets on the bottom left-hand side of your WordPress menu. We will hit create your first snippet. We will select content. We will go to Google Analytics. We will copy our code. We will then paste our code. Then you have to choose where to run this code. Usually it is recommended to run it at the header of your website, but you could also add it at the body opening tag or your footer. If you wanted to install other codes, you could do short codes before content, after content. In this case, we're choosing site-wide header. We're gonna name our code, so GA4 main tag. We will create snippet, and then we will activate snippet. And that's it. The third way I'm going to show you how to install Google Analytics 4 on your website is via the Kadence theme. Kadence already has a way to install this code fairly easily. You would go to your Kadence theme site, hit customize, go to custom scripts, go down, and then you would paste it and then hit publish, and you're done. If for some reason you're using Kadence themes and you do not see that scripts tag that I have here, I do have another video tutorial that shows you how to enable that. It's called Install Kadence, which you can find within my YouTube channel. I hope you did enjoy this tutorial. Just to recap, we covered how to install Google Tag Manager 4 3 different ways: via Google Tag Manager, directly through your website if you have the Kadence theme installed, and we also used a WordPress plugin called Fluent Snippets in order to insert code into any website theme that you might have installed on WordPress. If you did find the tutorial valuable, consider subscribing because I'll create more of these in future days to come.